There's a moment in many relationships that women quietly wonder about, but rarely ask out loud. It's that subtle curiosity that appears when you're sitting across from a man you like, watching the way he looks at you, and thinking, what is he really feeling right now? Because attraction is rarely as simple as it seems. Beneath the surface of confident smiles, playful conversations, and casual flirting, there are deeper emotional signals happening that most people never talk about. And the surprising truth is that many men carry desires they almost never express directly. Not because they're inappropriate, and not because they're complicated, but because most men were never taught how to put those feelings into words. So instead, these desires stay quiet, hidden inside the little moments of interaction. The way he reacts when you tease him, the way his energy changes when you compliment him, the way his attention deepens when he feels truly seen by you. These are the subtle signals that shape attraction in ways most people completely miss. And when a woman begins to understand these quiet dynamics, something powerful happens. The connection between two people starts to feel different, more natural, more magnetic, more emotionally charged, without either person needing to force it. Suddenly the relationship has a kind of energy that feels effortless yet deeply engaging. That's exactly what we're going to explore today. Because there are certain things men secretly love when women do: little behaviors, emotional signals, and moments of connection that spark something powerful inside them, even though they rarely say it out loud. And once you understand these hidden desires, you'll start to notice just how much influence the smallest gestures can have on the way a man feels around you. One thing many men secretly crave, but rarely say out loud, is to feel genuinely desired by the woman they're with. There's a common belief that men are always supposed to be the ones chasing, initiating, and proving their interest first. And while many men enjoy that role, what often goes unnoticed is how powerful it feels for them when a woman shows that she wants them too. Not in an exaggerated or dramatic way, but in small, natural moments that reveal real attraction. It might be the way you look at him a second longer than necessary when he's speaking, or the warmth in your voice when you say his name. Sometimes it's something simple, like texting him first because you were thinking about him, or leaning slightly closer when you're sitting together. These little signals might seem ordinary, but to a man they carry a surprising amount of emotional weight. Because behind the confidence many men show on the outside, there is often a quiet question running in the background. Does she actually want me, or is she just being polite? When a woman answers that question through subtle actions, it creates a spark that's hard to ignore. Suddenly the connection feels mutual instead of one-sided, and that changes everything. A man who feels desired doesn't pull away. He usually becomes more invested, more attentive, and more eager to deepen the connection. It awakens a natural excitement in him because attraction begins to feel like a shared experience rather than a performance he has to maintain alone. And that's why one of the quiet, dirty secrets many men never admit is how unforgettable it feels when a woman shows that she truly wants him. Another thing men secretly love, but rarely talk about, is when a woman allows her playful side to show. Not the kind of playfulness that feels forced or exaggerated, but the natural, light-hearted energy that makes being around her feel exciting and easy at the same time. Life for many men can feel serious most of the time. Responsibilities, work pressure, expectations to always stay composed. So when a woman brings a sense of fun into the interaction, it instantly changes the atmosphere. Suddenly the conversation feels lighter, more alive. Maybe he tells you a story and you smile, tilt your head slightly, and tease him just a little about it. Or perhaps you challenge him playfully during a conversation, giving him that look that says you're enjoying the moment just as much as he is. These small moments of teasing and laughter create a spark that's surprisingly powerful. It shows confidence, comfort, and warmth all at once. What many men won't openly say is that this playful energy is incredibly attractive because it creates emotional chemistry. Instead of feeling like a serious interview or a predictable conversation, the interaction becomes something dynamic, where both people are engaged and curious about what will happen next. And that sense of unpredictability is what keeps a man thinking about you long after the moment is over. He remembers how easy it felt to laugh with you, how natural the connection seemed, and how the time passed faster than he expected. That's why one of the quiet secrets men rarely admit is that a woman's playful spirit can be one of the most captivating things about her. Another quiet thing many men deeply appreciate, yet almost never say directly, is feeling admired by the woman they're with. Not flattered in an exaggerated way, and not praised for every little thing, but genuinely admired for who they are and the effort they put into life. Many men grow up with the idea that their value comes from what they accomplish, how well they handle challenges, or how strong they appear in difficult situations. Because of that, they rarely hear someone acknowledge those efforts in a sincere and personal way. When a woman notices the things he does well and expresses appreciation for them, it touches something deeper than most people realize. It might be as simple as saying you respect how focused he is on his goals, or telling him you admire the way he stays calm when dealing with problems. These small acknowledgements feel powerful because they show that you're paying attention to the man behind the surface. And when a man feels admired, it naturally brings out his best energy. He wants to keep showing up, keep investing, and keep being the version of himself that you see in him. It creates a positive emotional loop where both people feel valued. Many men may never say, "I want admiration," but when they experience it, the connection instantly feels more meaningful. Now, I'm curious about something. Have you ever noticed how someone reacts when you sincerely appreciate something about them? Sometimes the reaction says everything. If you've experienced a moment like that, share your thoughts in the comments, because it's always interesting to see how small words of appreciation can completely change the energy between two people. Another thing many men quietly long for, even if they never put it into words, is emotional safety. On the outside, men are often expected to appear strong, confident, and in control. Society subtly teaches them that showing uncertainty or vulnerability is something they should hide. Because of that, many men spend a large part of their lives feeling like they always have to hold everything together. But when a man meets a woman who makes him feel emotionally safe, something inside him relaxes in a way that's hard to describe. Emotional safety means he can share a thought, a worry, or even a small insecurity without feeling judged or dismissed. It means he doesn't have to constantly perform or pretend to be perfect around you. Imagine a moment where he tells you about a mistake he made or a challenge he's facing. If the response he receives is patience, understanding, and warmth rather than criticism, that moment becomes incredibly meaningful to him. It signals that being around you feels peaceful rather than stressful. And when a man feels that kind of comfort, he naturally begins to open up more, showing parts of his personality that many people never get to see. This is where real connection starts to grow, because both people begin to feel accepted for who they truly are. What most men won't openly admit is that emotional safety is deeply attractive to them. It creates a sense of trust that pulls them closer over time. And when a man realizes he can truly be himself around you, the bond between you often becomes far stronger than either of you expected. Another quiet thing many men deeply appreciate, yet rarely say out loud, is when a woman genuinely notices and values the effort they make. Many men naturally express care through actions rather than long emotional conversations. They might plan a date, remember something you mentioned weeks ago, help you solve a small problem, or go out of their way to make your day easier. To them, these actions are often their way of saying, "You matter to me." But when those efforts go unnoticed, it can quietly discourage them, even if they never complain about it. On the other hand, when a woman recognizes that effort, it creates a powerful emotional impact. For example, imagine he spends time choosing a place for dinner because he remembers you once said you liked the atmosphere there. During the evening, you simply smile and say, "I can tell you really thought about this place. I appreciate that." That small acknowledgement suddenly turns an ordinary moment into something meaningful. He feels seen, not just for what he did, but for the intention behind it. And something interesting happens next. When a man feels that his effort brings you happiness, he becomes even more motivated to keep showing up and investing in the connection. It creates a natural cycle where appreciation encourages more effort, and more effort strengthens the bond between both people. Many men will never directly ask for appreciation, but when they receive it, it stays with them. Sometimes the smallest recognition can turn a simple gesture into a memory that lingers far longer than you might expect. Another thing many men secretly find incredibly attractive is when a woman maintains a sense of mystery about her life. Not the kind of mystery that feels distant or confusing, but the kind that naturally comes from a woman who has her own world, her own passions, and her own rhythm of life. When everything about someone is immediately revealed, the excitement of discovery fades quickly. But when there are layers to learn over time, curiosity stays alive. And curiosity is one of the strongest fuels of attraction. Many men are drawn to women who clearly enjoy their own lives, because it signals confidence and independence. It shows that being with him is a choice, not a necessity. For example, imagine he asks what you're doing over the weekend. Instead of saying you have nothing planned and are just waiting to see him, you casually mention that you're meeting a friend for coffee or working on a hobby you enjoy. You're not trying to impress him. You're simply living your life. That small detail can make a surprising impression because it shows that your happiness doesn't revolve entirely around the relationship. It makes him curious about the different parts of your life he hasn't discovered yet. Over time, he begins to want to learn more about you, to understand the things that make you who you are. That sense of discovery keeps the connection exciting and dynamic. Many men may never say it directly, but they are naturally drawn to a woman who keeps a little bit of intrigue around her, because it turns every interaction into an opportunity to uncover something new about the person standing in front of them. The final thing many men secretly love, yet rarely talk about, is simple, genuine affection. Not grand gestures or dramatic moments, but the quiet warmth that shows him he matters to you. Many men spend much of their lives being expected to stay strong, composed, and emotionally steady. So when they experience real affection from a woman they care about, it can feel incredibly meaningful. Sometimes it's the smallest things that create the biggest impact. A warm smile when you see him after a long day, a gentle touch on his arm while you're talking, or the way you naturally move a little closer when you're sitting together. These gestures may seem ordinary, but to a man, they communicate something powerful without a single word being spoken. They say, "I'm comfortable with you. I enjoy being close to you." And that feeling of warmth can instantly deepen the emotional atmosphere between two people. Imagine greeting him with genuine excitement when you meet. Your eyes light up, your voice softens, and your energy shows that you're truly happy he's there. That moment can stay in his mind much longer than you might expect, because affection makes the connection feel real rather than distant. Many men may not openly ask for affection, but when they receive it, it quietly strengthens their bond with you. It makes them feel welcomed and valued in your world. Now, I'm curious about your experience. Do you think small gestures of affection can change the energy between two people? Share your thoughts in the comments, because sometimes the simplest actions are the ones that leave the deepest impression.